Join me on this channel as I take on the challenge of finding the best stress relief techniques for entrepreneurs over 40. As an entrepreneur over 40, you're no stranger to stress. You've built a business, you probably have multiple jobs, you're trying to find a work-life balance, you have a family, and you're really concerned about providing and having the necessary finances for life. Your plate is full and it's easy to get overwhelmed, but here's the thing, you're not alone. Many entrepreneurs in this stage of life face similar challenges, and it's essential to find effective ways to deal with the stress, anxiety, and overwhelm that's in our lives. Did you know that stress can drastically affect your business performance? Hi, it's great to connect with you today. My name is Dr. Sean Garrity. I'm a mindset coach at Reduce Stress and Thrive. Here are some startling statistics for us to look at. According to a 2021 report by Startup Snapshot, about 72% of entrepreneurs reported experiencing mental health concerns. A 2019 survey of Bank of America found that 41% of small business owners said that they don't take vacations and they usually work 50 hours or more per week. The Entrepreneur Mental Health Study in 2020 by Michael Freeman found that entrepreneurs are 50% more likely to report having mental health conditions and twice as likely to suffer from depression as well as increased alcohol or substance abuse. The reality is for people over 40 years of age who are entrepreneurs or have started a business in the last 10 years is that the stakes are high and there are many pressures in life. There are many demands and there are many competing things grabbing for our attention. At the beginning of 2014, I found myself laid off from a counseling position at a church where I was functioning as a full-time counselor. I already had a private practice over those 15 years, and I realized that, I needed to do something to provide for my family, so I decided to go full-time with my private practice. I was thrown into the life of being a business owner and being self-employed and trying to figure out how to market, how to function in a business, and actually how to do lead generation and get new clients. I realized that my graduate degrees and my training on working with people and counseling and coaching only took me so far. And the reality is I just didn't have an MBA. I had no business education. And this hit me like a ton of bricks those first couple years. And actually some stresses as I have to learn to deal with the stress and pressure in my own life. I had to find ways to deal with the increasing amount of anxiety, overwhelm, stress that I was experiencing that kept on mounting over time. Over these past 10 to 11 years, I have learned effective ways to deal with my own stress and anxiety or feelings of just being completely overwhelmed. And I've helped many clients who have had their own businesses and found themselves dealing with the same kind of pressures of being self-employed as entrepreneurs. My current practice as Reduce Stress and Thrive coaching and counseling was born out of the struggle. And I would like to help you on your journey to discovering more fulfillment in your own personal life as well as your work life. One of the biggest stressors or challenges for people in their 40s and 50s who find themselves owning a business or starting an entrepreneur type of lifestyle is trying to find that work and life balance. We're trying to be present with our family and loved ones. We're trying to meet needs of various people in our lives, and we find ourselves getting lost in the midst of the shuffle. As the demands of day-to-day work life and family increase over time, we struggle to even do basic self-care, having moments to get recharged or refreshed. And then we find ourselves actually working many hours too long, and it's hard to disconnect. It's hard to turn work off, and we could spend evenings trying to deal with problems in our mind. It's really hard to disconnect from work when you're passionate about what you do, or you're so invested at having a successful business and being able to provide for yourself as well as your family. Financial pressures can be a significant source of stress. You're likely to work hard and work long hours to support you and your family. And the reality is the burden is heavy. You're worried about making ends meet and paying the bills, as well as securing a financial future. And you may be even worried about retirement and investing in what would it look like to actually retire. There also can be a concern of, can I retire? And when will I be able to? And then there's the emotional toll of being responsible for others. The weight of responsibility can be crushing at times. You're not just worried about yourself. You're worried about your family. You could be worried about your aging parents. You're worried about your employees or your staff or independent contractors. It's a lot to carry on your shoulders. But here's the thing. You have the power to change your circumstances. You may not be able to change all of your circumstances, but you are more powerful than you think. As somebody who is a business owner and who's self-employed or an entrepreneur, you have the power to manage your stress and find ways and techniques not only to reduce stress and anxiety, but also find balance in your life. So what can you do to reduce stress and find more balance? One technique that's really effective is called mindfulness. It's about being present in the moment, breathing, and letting go of the distractions. It's when we notice a stress response and we begin to take deep breaths. We breathe in peace, and then we breathe out the stress, the anxiety, or feelings of overwhelm. We're actually going from our sympathetic nervous system to our parasympathetic nervous system. It's more of the calm and rest part of your nervous system that just dials you down. Exercise is another great way to blow off some steam and clear your head. Going for a short walk mid-morning or during lunch or mid-afternoon could do wonders for your day. It will reduce your stress and you'll actually find yourself more productive when you come back. And of course, there's time management strategies that can really help you be more productive as well as maximize your time. It'll help you prioritize tasks as well as know what's important and what's not important. A couple strategies that people find helpful is time blocking, as well as just making a short list for the day. That actually you have like a weekly plan and you might have tasks for the whole week, but then you make a short list of 3 to 5 tasks that are important for today and just focus on them, knowing that you could review what needs to happen tomorrow at the end of the day. I've seen entrepreneurs over 40 achieve incredible results with these strategies. As I think of my own journey from about 2014 when I started full-time in practice and found myself self-employed, and even going up through the years of, say, COVID or right after COVID, trying to discover a work-life balance was very challenging. I was working many 10 to 12-hour days, sometimes 6 days a week. I felt like I was losing my mind trying to make it all work. And I realized stress was starting to take its toll. Then I started practicing mindfulness and mindset practices, as well as some spiritual practices that we'll explore in other videos. I started walking and exercising more. I began to prioritize my time and create some margin, and focusing on the 20% that deliver 80% of the results. I broke down my day and took a long, hard look at what I was doing. I discovered that I was doing activities that I didn't really need to do, that weren't making a difference. As I put some of those activities aside and compartmentalize communications, like say looking at email and only looking at email at certain times of the day, I found myself experiencing much less stress and really beginning to enjoy my days. I was able to decrease my work hours as well as increase my time with my family. I was also able to do more of my favorite hobby, fly fishing. And what was amazing is I started to increase revenue and business success. This transition was incredible to me. I found that I was in more control, more focused, and more present. I enjoyed life more rather than being exhausted from stress and anxiety. And I believe that's possible for you too. In summary, managing stress as an entrepreneur over 40 takes being proactive. We need to prioritize our well-being and focus on daily stress reduction. We also need to make time for things that are important beyond work. By doing so, you can achieve a better balance in life and a more sustainable business and future for yourself and your family. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more stress-reducing videos. Also, grab the free Reduce Daily Stress Guide that's in the link in the description. And finally, make it a great day.